All right. We are live. Let me take off my some of my shielding here because I feel like I'm in a freaking cave or something. Ugh. I got like two layers of protection of ear shielding or three layers, whatever. But it's interesting because I made a devotion that I would do at least one study a week every weekend. So I'm gonna try to focus on that today. But I did want to kind of talk about some shielding, but I'm gonna save that for another video. I'm gonna show you guys the shielding that I've used in the past and that I probably would use again, but not anytime soon. But right now, their program is not perfect and it's never going to be. I just got to keep doing what I got to do and focus on the Most High because it's been pretty hard a couple of days. But to the people that been there for me and helped me out, lending an ear when I needed it, and the Most High, being there for me as well, mostly, um, is what helps me get me through this stuff. Because you know, going on 10 years of targeting, which everybody's different. You know, I would say hard targeting. I've been dealing with even crazy things since for a long time, but when I realized my targeting, when I actually started to see people and things started to happen, that's when I consider my targeting actually like going over things that I did, made my life hard, were choices that I made. And I think that's just kind of life lesson. But who knows if how long this system has been being built for a long time, and players in this game that were involved in this stuff since before, since my past and I can remember. So I'm 34 years old. And out of those 34 years, I can say 10 years of those I've been targeted. And I'm not trying to focus on that right now, but I'm waiting for a guest to come on. But it's good right now. Things are good. I'm putting up a fight. I'm seeing things that are in my favor. And I'm getting the hang of this shit for sure. Um, Little by little, I'm starting to realize what the do's and don'ts are, and hopefully, I can perfect my craft even better so that I can eventually help someone else. And I should be starting work pretty soon as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Monday, I'm gonna get back on my grind. The weekend was kind of a little slacking off, but once the week comes, I gotta I get to it. No more shenanigans. But yeah, for sure, I'm seeing a lot of good things right now. Like, cause I overanalyze things, which helps me to perfect mistakes that I've made. So I've talked in my previous videos about reverse polarity magnets, and just to show you, this is what I'm going to be talking about next time. But let me just show you guys. Like, you guys got to understand. Like, I don't just talk about stuff and not be about it. You know what I mean? Like, I've shielded. I know what shielding looks like. And just because you don't have shielding like this doesn't mean that you can't build something powerful. You just got to know how to use it. And you got to know when to stop. Sometimes you can just shield for a day and literally mess them up. If you continue to shield, they'll continue to try to collect information, continue to try to pass that. You mess them up, they can like actually lock onto. Sometimes they'll just have a hard time regaining connection. So, like for instance, all right, let me show you guys this rear. Let's see. All right, so this is one of my old helmets. All right, this is reverse polarity helmet was wrapped in a moon metal. Let me take it out for you guys real quick. All right, so um in bar and it'll attach to it and probably pick it up. Let's see. See that? All right, so this is the magneto right here. I've used this, and this is all reverse polarity. This is where these magnets somewhere. And this helmet started to come apart, so I need some work. I can work on it, but right now I don't need this. All you need honestly is just the magnets. All you need are any type of magnets. It doesn't really matter. These are stronger though, for sure. Neodymium magnets, they emit a way stronger field. So dude, trust me when I tell you, like when you shield, especially with magnets, and you mess them up properly, even if they regain connection, it's gonna do damage. Like it's gonna do permanent damage to their network that they have going on because they want to be able to, and this is just like a mental try to they'll try to scan you days gotten past it. So like I said, eventually they'll get past. You have to be able to wear ear shielding. All right, when you use reverse, you have to, or else they'll be able to scan you. So you need earplugs, and you get even just you can build anything close to this. Just the magnets by themselves, if you can get them on a beam, plugs and fucking at night, man, you're gonna fuck them up big time, big time. Trust and believe. back where they need to be in your targeting. You wear that for like a day or two or maybe 3 days, whatever, however long you feel that you need to wear it for. I would like honestly, because eventually once you start to feel them getting past it, that's when I would say to stop. That's when I would say to stop. But honestly, in my opinion, I would only wear it for like a couple days and then stop. But I got magnets, and the thing is that the only reason they got it from it because after I used the magnets with the earplugs, uh, I use plugs and I use the magnets only, and so what they do is they'll capture the field of the magnet and they'll reverse it on you, and they'll use the field of the magnet to regain information. So they'll like reverse engineer the field and use it for their benefit because they capture the signature of it through your ears. They to it and like reflect energy off of it. So, you know, I'm not a scientist or nothing, but if they're listening, they probably know that I'm right. And uh, then they probably are gonna have a fucking problem in the near future. So yeah, blow me. Because they think that their fucking program is good right now, and I'm not gonna tell them what they messed up on. I'm just gonna give you this information that you need to them. I I would suggest to try to find the best earplugs that you can use. Two different types of earplugs on each side. They don't have to focus the same type of frequency on each ear. It's going to be more complex. The more your ear shielding is, the layers you can put into your ear shielding. If you can figure something out like that, the more harder it is going to be for these cowards to get information when you shield your head. Neodymium magnets or just any magnets. Right? Any type of magnets literally work as long as they're reverse polarity. So I'm gonna try to hit up one of my homies here, and it's cute too because like every time I look at how many people are online, like somebody will hop off. It's like they know that I'm like watching who's online, and they do that shit on purpose. So like they'll get off just to like I don't know if they're trying to like trigger something or like they're watching or some shit. Like if I give a shit, but that shit's funny to me. Um, let me send out another text. If they don't, I'll talk to my higher ups, unless your higher ups are already here. Ask them if I'm right. I had the fucking fire department pull up. Look, I went to pick up my mom today. I went to go pick up my mom, and I went to the Burger King on Whittier Boulevard. So to use a restroom, and I needed to take care of something. So I was sitting there, and inside the Burger King and the ambulance, the fire department, the bigger trucks are smaller. They're stronger at collecting information than the smaller vehicles are. The smaller they send the big ones when they really need the information, when they really need a good scan on you. So so yeah, so Let me send a few more messages out, but so it passes. It happens to turn exactly at the street that I'm at, close enough in to proximity to me, but they weren't able to capture any information. So we were stalling there, till we ended up ordering something and then we left. I got into the car and I was leaving, and and the fire department asked me exactly leaving information. They couldn't get the information that they needed. Like literally, I'm pulling up at the light. I'm not really worried about my surroundings. Um, but little did I know the fire department was behind me. And every time I try some new shielding, depending on how messed up it is, like if it's really messed up, they'll stay away. And if it's really locked on, sometimes they won't want to scan you till the next day because then the information gets all mixed up. So like that night before, the night before my targeting was really amped up and they wanted to make sure that I slept it off, and I already knew that I was going to see them in the morning. So as soon as as soon as I thought, the next day came, and these fucking Tusis literally showed up. They were the first ones to fucking greet me, and then they showed up right after I was exiting right after I was exiting the facility. And I'm just like, dude, you think that shit's time just coincidentally? Nah, these fucking bastards, they know what they're doing. But it doesn't matter cuz like I said, whatever I did and whatever I'm going to do is going to continue to like mess them up, and that's all I got to say about that. These cowards, they're going to keep trying, dude. Like they have been. They're going to keep trying. And I'm just going to keep putting out that golden information for you guys so that whoever can mess up the system for themselves, like, and actually confirm it and come out here and be like, yeah, I did try some of your techniques. It fucking helped my gang stalking, whatever. I can't wait for the opportunity for that to happen. So maybe in the future, I can see some results. But right now, I'm just sharing whatever I can, and it's up to whoever to take that information how they want to. Yeah, I see pulses of light when I wake up, so I can see like it's well, obviously our eyes are circular, right? So I can see a circular circle of light pulsating, like in sequences of light. So it's like boom, 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 like that, and it's just circular light is just pulsating at both of my eyes. And when I close them really tight, and I open them, see the light shooting at my eyes. It's a circular, like if you blew a ring of smoke, that light look like my eyes to open them.
You're breaking up. I don't
Let's
know
see.
what's going on, but
What's that?
you're not coming in clear.
What's that?
I said you're not coming in clear. They're breaking up. You're not coming in clear. There's a problem with your signal.
I think the pussies are getting hurt. Let me reload this shit here.
Okay. Yeah, Sam, you're right. It's not that they can see through our eyes and hear what we hear. It's all relayed by brain. They have the brain signature so that they're converting all of the information that the optic
All
nerve.
right, testing, testing.
They can listen. They're converting the information from the optic nerve and from the audio area of the ear to the brain, from the brain, and then they reconvert that into image and into sentence and phrases. But here I want to stop for a second here. before we get into all the technical shit, because we can identify the problem all day long, but if we don't have a solution to that problem, nobody. I mean, we're spinning our wheels. Okay, so at the end of the day, these police departments are our biggest enemy. They need to have pressure put on them, right? And so far, they have had no pressure from us at all, or very little. So at least two, three, or two or more of us need to go down to the local police department and say, we know what you're doing with us. We object to it. And we're going to put pressure on you as often as we need to expose and eliminate this organized terrorism against us. Otherwise, it's like, you know, Minneapolis Police Department, until George Floyd was killed and all those people rioted, that department didn't give two shits about what it was doing to that population. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the people rioted, they hung that cop. And the city of Minneapolis is looking to defund their local police department. That's the kind of shit we need to see with all police departments. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
LAPD's gone unchallenged.
I just want to state something real quick before we continue this live. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to leave this live up. So like any derogatory words, even though we love, not love, but we like talking like that, between you and us because, of the amount of gang stalking we're getting and we know who's involved. Let's try to keep like, the F bomb or like any of these other words because they'll take down the video and they'll try to give me a strike. So like we just use, cowards or anything, that isn't too, you know, homosexual in a way. That they will, so they don't try to take it down, you know what I mean? Like Freemason, whatever, you could use those, but just like anything that's like too, because they'll try to like, oh, hate speech, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I'll do my best.
All right, cool.
I don't think I've dropped any language yet, have I?
Oh yeah, that's why, like, cause well, then if it happens, like, 'cause, so then I'll have to take down the video. So I don't want to take it down, so we could just leave it up. You know what I mean?
All right.
Ah. But I kind of wanted to. I'm not sure if you feel like it, but would you want to get into some warfare tonight?
We can. What,
Cool.
what I before we do go random, what area do you specifically want to cover? What are you afflicted by the most?
Afflicted by the most? Well, obviously, the gang stalking crap. But I think what I'm afflicted by the most is I think is like reading my word, not keeping a steady relationship with God. I think that's something that the gang stalking is taking away from me, or I'm allowing it to take away from me. And I'm starting to see it more and more, and I'm starting to reach out to God in prayer and like scripture and stuff like that. But I think I need to continue fighting. And the other week, I made a devotion to at least do one day out of the week and dedicate it to the Most High and like scripture or warfare or whatever the case may be. Just as long as that I'm giving Him praise and focusing on Him. So I'd like so that it kind of helps me. But in an everyday battle, I need to wake up and get into my scripture. I think we all need to do that if you are a believer in Christ. If not, I'm not trying to force anything on you. That's your own decision, whatever you believe in. But as me, as a believer in Christ, I think that's something that I need to do. And I think that's a stronghold that I'm facing.
Well, that is a matter of personal discipline and taking the time out of the day to do that. You have that power still. That's within your hands.
The
I
only thing I can think of that actually that you say I'm afflicted by is like lust of the flesh, maybe. That's like the only thing I catch myself like I try to keep my mind clear, not too focused on that. If I see a good looking woman, I'll just be like kind of think about it and I'll be like, nope, like just cut it there. She's good looking, that's it. You know what I mean? Like
I
don't
wouldn't worry
start
about that, man. That's all
fantasizing about it.
natural. Look, if you're
Yeah.
attracted to a woman, fuck it. I wouldn't try to worry about that a whole lot. Here's what I'm going to say
Right.
now, and I just said a prayer before we got on, and that is that all arms of the flesh and arms of the spirit that have now artificially uh, uh, involved or wedged themselves between us and a potential mate or spouse be removed in the name of Jesus Christ. Right now, I'm seeing women, or I've met women, and I want to know that either they're unavailable or uninterested, and no other means of interference to make the decision for her. In other words, that she make the decision of her own uh, free will that does not involve a third party that says, well, he's a TI. Well, he's a this. Well, he's a that. No bullshit. So I pray, Father God, that because it was your free will to give us a free will, it was your will, I should say, to provide us with a free will. The enemy is attempting and has succeeded in many areas at removing that free will from the population, though many of them don't have uh, the guts to fight for anything that belongs to them. But I would ask that on our behalf that you do this for us in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, you have to agree with that prayer or not agree with it. So you understand that prayer is the gospel tells us where two or more come together, there is Christ in the midst of thee.
Right.
So do you agree with this prayer or don't you?
I agree.
Okay, so you have to agree in the name of Jesus Christ.
Okay, I agree in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. So do I.
Amen.
Now, the reason we use in the name of Jesus Christ because he has been given all authority over, he has dominion over the demonic realm. The name of Christ is above all every other name, which is why we call on it. We don't just say in the name of Anthony or the name of Kenneth, right? Because there's no power there. I don't care what the non believing world believes, and I don't care what the Satanists believe. I care what we believe, right? I'm not here as an evangelist to convert. I could care less about that. I know where the power is. Therefore, I'm continued to bang on the door until it's opened. So, Father God, let that door that is being slammed shut by sodomite Satan be opened, and that no means of closing it ever take place in the name of Jesus Christ. These are the kinds of prayers you ought to be saying when you're up against obstacles that you can't remove yourself. I've been praying for uncommon deliverance in the area of witchcraft in the workplace, witchcraft at home and in the community, technological oppression and satanic uh, interference, say satanic technologies used against us. That you, Most High, do for us what we're not capable of doing for ourselves. In the name of Jesus Christ. Now you come up with something like that. So, Father God, I now am coming into agreement with Johnny Granola that no temptation seizes us except what is common to man, and that you provide a way out so that we can stand up under it. This man is being tortured, and I pray that he be delivered of this torture, this satanic electronic torture, along with all other afflicted individuals in the U.S. and abroad in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. In the name of Jesus.
So, Sam Orban, when you say it's people that went through satanic ritual abuse, what people are you referring to? Yeah, you're welcome, Johnny. Are you referring to our adversaries or are you referring to us? Yeah, that's some MK Ultra stuff you're talking there. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Kind of like, this Doja Cat, this nasty female rapper or singer or whatever she is. She's got a video or a song called Go to Town, which is about going down on a woman. And in the video, she's in a bondage outfit with a little pink whip, and she's got a boy in a cage, or a very young man that's supposed to look like a boy in a cage wearing a giant diaper. Well, that's some how do they call it? That's some MK Ultra pedophile torture programming going on there, right in plain view. By the way, Rolling Stone magazine just did an article on Marilyn Manson. I believe that this guy is going to take a nosedive and that all his dirty satanic secrets are now being exposed. It's a bit long overdue, right? He's going to become the Harvey Weinstein of satanic shock rock. But see, this is the bigger problem in the U.S., yo. Now, check this out, because all this Illuminati garbage out of Hollywood is along the lines with Freemason government and this open Satanism. They've been pushing this stuff for a few decades now. So we got to come against this stuff. I don't believe the population really wants it. I don't think so. I don't think they really like the tyranny. They're going with it. But, if somebody has any other information or opinion on that, that's great. But they act like it's great and everything, but I don't think so. Feel free to offer your, 2 cents on that one. I mean, think about it. Do you want to be on the short leash of a handler? Do this, do that, turn around, sit down, bark, roll over, and all that kind of thing? I doubt it. I doubt it. You're breaking up again, by the way, T-Lo. I doubt it. I think your average person wants to be left alone and just do what they want to do. You are breaking up, my friend. You are breaking up. I would sign off and come back and get yourself closer to a better connection. Your avatar's gone too, by the way. Just sign out, man. Sign out. You're not gonna be able to pull it off. Maybe you were in a remote location. Or no, we cannot understand what you were saying, and your picture is gone. I was just saying, Johnny Granola, that we should be putting pressure on local police departments face to face, like walking in 3 or 4 deep. When we'd like to speak with your lieutenant, who's the highest in authority here at this department in your
Yo,
town.
can you hear me?
Yeah, barely, barely. Now hang on a second, because I'm about to say something. We'd like to speak with your lieutenant or whoever's in highest authority here. We are all being afflicted by a program that you are involved in predictive policing. We want you to know that we know this. We're going to continue to visit you. We object to all of it. We will do everything to expose and stop this from happening. Now, I don't expect some homosexual cop to say, well, yeah, that's exactly what's taking place and blah, blah, blah. That's not going to happen. I didn't say they would do shit, Sam. That's not my point, man. I didn't say that at all. I'm saying confront the enemy. I didn't say go file a report. I said go face the enemy. So you're not listening to me, Sam. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Go confront the enemy instead of hiding in your apartment and house all day and fucking being on live streams and shit. Right, exactly. They hide. So I want to face these hidden flipping boy rapers and confront them and make them very uncomfortable. Like Nappy Head Roots does. I just met him a few weeks ago. Now I've confronted cop. In case you want to say, well, what are you doing, Dutton? I mean, that sounds like a lot of talk. I'll tell you what I've been doing. Mr. Dutton has confronted at least 20 cops face to face on this. Face to face. But I can't do it alone, guys, because they know that I'm on there. I'm on their ass. But I need at least one more with me. At least one. Preferably two. That they take seriously. Well, yes, I agree with that. That's why I'm not I don't care about the street level perpetrator. I want to take it to the next level. And that is the next level. That's some next level shit right there. No pun intended. You agree with that,
Help.
T? Hello? Check. 1 2 1 2. You with
Yo,
me? Do you agree with that?
right. Yeah, I do.
Okay, homeboy, I'm just checking because sometimes you fade in and out. I don't know if you're there or not.
Yeah, no, I saw a connection. But should we get to some prayers that rout demons, or
No, man. I mean, we can do that offline any other time because these guys don't know much about that. That's only valuable if everybody's on the same page. We'll save that shit for a personal call. All right,
sure?
and you got that on a PDF or on a Kindle. You bought it on Kindle or something.
Yeah, have a PDF of it.
All right, so just use it, man. I use it every day alone. You should use it.
Sure.
Uh, Now you're in LA. I would find other people in LA and say, let's go to the LA Police Department. Now I would join up with Nappy, but Nappy's a loner. And that's the way he wants to stay. He doesn't want to work with anybody. And that's his prerogative. MMA, how are you? He doesn't want to work with anybody, and that's fine. I get it. But I do want to work with other people in San Jose. And I mean like the kind like myself, they're like a bull in a china shop, like force the issue type. I don't know what jinn is. Jinn is something out of the Quran. That's Muslim stuff. I mean, you call them demons or whatever. Exactly, C Dub. Exactly, my friend. That's the point I'm trying to make. Look, I'll give you an example. I was at Pizza My Heart sent downtown San Jose last week. There were three dirty cops waiting for me. One had three stripes on his arm. He was their ringleader, and then there was these two fucking wannabe thugs with him. As soon as now they weren't eating pizza there. As soon as I arrived, they walked out the door. I said, I ought to be placing you three under arrest for domestic terrorism. As a what did I call them? Yeah, for terrorism. They didn't say a word to me. There was 5 or 6 other people there. When I walked out, one guy says, how can he talk to them like that? And the other guy says, because he knows he's right. And he's right. I know I'm right. That's why I confront him. Now, can you imagine if there were a half a dozen of us and we got bullhorns and signs and things? You see, we're too quiet. We're too quiet about this. We need to stir up a ruckus like a clanging cymbal and draw some attention to it.
Yeah, I'm for that. I wouldn't mind stirring some shit up and putting it in front of their face. They want this shit hidden under the rug. Imagine at least a couple hundred of us making some noise, outside of the FBI office or whatever, where we got to get the most attention and bring this, get our story heard, or somebody shed some light on it, because they don't want this. They don't want this coming to light.
Exactly, see, Dub. That's my point. Is you can get away. You can tar somebody with the schizo whatever diagnosis,
Yeah,
but you start
yeah,
adding numbers. That's tougher to pull off, right? And
exactly.
it's not
Others
like I'm
will
trying to. It's not like I'm trying to
experiencing the
convince
same
anybody.
thing.
They don't need any convincing. All right,
Right.
they don't need to be convinced of something they already know they're involved in. They need to disprove that it's happening. I don't need to prove that it is. See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I realize Well, that's what they're calling it, a national security issue. And by the way, there have been civil cases that have been thrown out of court regarding this that the judge has deemed a threat to national security. By the time the kangaroo courts are trying to, for lack of a better expression, cock block the respondent or plaintiff from getting any recourse, this level of tyranny and oppression can only be met with, in some cases, vigilantism and just sheer willpower. And I use the case of George Floyd being murdered by the Minneapolis Police Department. Okay. Now, there's a serious effort to defund that department going on now. Okay. Because when that cop killed Floyd, people, they rioted. Now, we need to make it known. If you don't, there are going to be more people dying from shooters. You want blood running in the gutter? You want to prevent gun violence? You better get serious about this because you are creating that shooter. Yeah, MMA, but that can only happen again. If you want to win the court of public opinion, you got to get out of your apartment and you got to get out on the street and in the face of your police department, sheriff's department, and infraguard meeting, neighborhood watch meetings, and you got to stir the shit pot up.
Let's infiltrate the perpetrators.
That's exactly right. That's what I'm stating. Well, not really infiltrate the perps, but go to the ones who are orchestrating the next level. Right? You're breaking up again, T-Lo. That's right, Johnny. Myron May, Gavin Long, Aaron Alexis, the brewery shooter, the Vegas shooter, all of them. The VTA shooter in San, they're all the same. It's the same story over and over again. You know, nobody just goes to work and say, I'm going to kill 20 people today. It just doesn't go down that way. It does not go down that way. They got to be pushed day in and out for weeks and months at a time and then say, F it, I'm done. And they go off like a powder keg. Well, then they might as well try to kill me. I'm not afraid of death. If they want to try to put a sniper on a roof or create a car accident, then go ahead and do it. As far as I'm concerned, what they're robbing us of, this is become an existence. It's not much of a life. So I will push the envelope here. It's got to be done. It's got to be. And I'm not talking out my neck. As I said, I've confronted 20 cops on my own. And they are not badass. They're not all knowing, omnipotent, and all this kind of shit. They're a bunch of cowardly cunts at the end of the day. Now, I'll tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a story, all right? Exactly, C-Dub. 10 years ago or so, it was 2010, I was living in my truck by choice. I had some money squirreled away, but we were still in an economic depression out of the '08 crisis. So I had gained permission to sleep in my vehicle on the property of an apprenticeship training center where I had become a journeyman pipe fitter, right? Now it's a secured private lot. You need a gate code to get in, right? So I would be sleeping in my truck at night, and around 2 a.m., I'd hear cars roll in. So I'd look out my window. It was San Jose PD. Now they'd roll in three, four deep, sometimes more, every night about the same time. Now, what I witnessed is they would back into the stall in the corner lot where there was two brick walls where they could hide. One cop would get out of his patrol car and get in the front seat of the other cop car. Let me just say that they weren't just talking. All right. So after a couple of weeks of this, I called the San Jose PD dispatch, the non-emergency phone number, and it's the San Jose Police Department. I said, "Yeah, I'm here at the 393 apprenticeship parking facility. Yes, there are four of your patrol cars here. Yes, do you not want them there?" I said, "Can you explain to me why they're here? Do you not want them there, sir?" I said, "Ma'am, what are they doing here? They are performing fellatio in their car." She says, "Excuse me?" I said, "They're having gay sex in our
Hey
parking
Johnny,
lot."
are you on the group chat on Telegram? We have a targeted uh a group chat where they post all kinds of information. I don't know if you guys want to join, but it's has a lot of good information on there.
Hang on, let me finish my story before you get to Johnny.
Go.
Because there's a reason why I'm telling this story. You know what I'm saying? You kind of cut me off there, bro. But that's all right. Because it'll let you know why I'm getting all the shit coming down the pike today. All right, I'm just not rambling. I'm not babbling here. Anyway, they They fired up their cars. They took off out of there. What do you think happened from that point on? Well, let me tell you, it was a year later that I was put in a psychiatric facility, thanks to the San Jose Police Department, for 5 days. Before I was released, I was process served with a civil complaint in excess of 25 grand for my own union because our director had a homosexual relationship with that police department. As soon as a week went by and I had the case dismissed, I was arrested and charged with 2 felonies and a misdemeanor of brandishing a firearm. Now, to this day, the same San Jose Police Department are the ones handing the gift cards out, the lottery scratchers, et cetera, et cetera. Do you follow me? You see what's going on here, right? You see what's going on here? Now, I don't know what your story is, each one of you, whether you have something similar or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying that's how it went down with me. These dirty Freemason, homosexual fag cops are your problem. They're your problem. They're your problem. They're the ones slandering your name. They're the ones creating the drama in the workplace. They're the ones that are hiring the witches around you, all of that. Now, they're not working of their own volition, obviously. They are low level, Blue Lodge or maybe mid level master masons and things, and they're taking their marching orders from the city council and the city mayors and county supervisor. And from there, it goes to the state governor and then up to the federal level. That's the chain of command with these deep state homosexual Illuminati scumbags. And these are the ones that are holding the whole public hostage with their brain hacking technologies and things like that. It is a wild story, MMA, you're right. It's a story that needs to be told that they would like to keep quiet, that I put on TikTok. I got I got 1,000 views in 2 days on one video. But their dirty little secrets, like T-Loke said, they think this shit's invisible. They need to be informed that we're seeing everything. And so is everybody else, by the way. So is everybody else. You know, and these people, the population, they're followers. They're a jump on the bandwagon, suck ass group. You take the lead and you show you're capable of, you know, ramrodding it right through the department like a bull, you know, like a battering ram. They'll start to get a little braver when they see that these dirty cops aren't all they make themselves out to be. It's local cops, C-Dub. It's local cops. It's your local city PD and your county sheriff. Now, they're probably working with feds, you know, all alphabet soup agencies. You know, there's all that interaction, but it's neighborhood watch, citizens on patrol, and all that garbage. Right? They've got the public doing their dirty work for them. You know, we don't need more information. We don't need more shielding. We don't, and all that kind of, we don't need to discuss the problem. We all know what the problem is. We've hammered this shit over and over again, over and over again. We all know we need to hit them square in the face. And only then will they start to back off. It's like your schoolyard bully shaking you down for lunch money. You can say, well, he's shaking me down like this and he's confronting me this way and saying, I'm going to beat your ass if you don't give me your blood. So, but until you punch that punk in the mouth, your problem doesn't go away. That's all I got to say on that. In the dark windows, the black on black and the black windows, why is it you think they're hiding? Why they want to keep their identity hidden? Huh? Now I drive around. I'm the one who's supposed to be hiding. Why is it that they're trying to hide behind dark windows? Because they know their shit is wrong. That's why. They know what they're doing is a serious criminal offense. Every last one of them. Let's make no mistake about that. Like they're confused or something. Oh no. And you know what? Like magnets and shit like the magnets aren't going to do nothing. Magnets and Q Wave Defender and fabrics and all that's going to do absolutely nothing for you. I've tried all of that stuff. Right? They've got billions of dollars of shielding of weaponry and technology, and we're going to get a solution out of Home Depot. or Ace Hardware ain't going to happen. I mean, and anybody that thinks otherwise is a fool, is a total fool.
I beg to differ.
Well, you might, but I've yet to see anything that has been really successful. You know what I mean? And I don't think sticking alcohol in your ears is going to do anything but burn holes in your ears at the end of the day. So again, it has to go back to the ones who created the problem. Right? And really, do you want to have to do this the rest of your life anyway? You want to continually be on the defensive?
To trying to find a permanent solution, but if it helps, that's fine. See, there's if you don't build it proper, it's like, so if you don't shield properly, it's not going to work.
You know, we've talked about this over and over again, man. And if you
But
feel
like
like
you
that,
said, your target is bad right now, right?
my
So you don't need
targeting,
to shield.
well, I don't need to shield now, but I can tell you that the shielding didn't help. The so-called shielding did not offer me any help whatsoever when I did need it. I
You
found nothing that did the job. With one, there's only one exception, and that is ceramic tile. And by the way, you're breaking up again.
said the you experienced the electricity hitting it when you had installed it.
I got half of that sentence. The rest of it sounded like a robot.
Messing with my
Sorry, man. You got a bad connection and you're breaking up. You might be a little bit too far out of the range of the signal satellite. I don't know. Exactly, MMA. That's exactly right. Stop the problem, not the symptoms. These are just addressing the symptoms of the problem. Exactly. Which is okay for the short term, but it does nothing for you in the long range. And I listened to a lot of advice on shielding. I spent a lot of time, money, and energy on shielding. Let me tell you, RFID fabric. I found ceramic tile did good job with millimeter and scalar waves, but it didn't do anything for electrical shocking, and it didn't do anything for voice to skull and things like that. Absolutely not. And it hasn't done shit for community slander, and ultimately the public has to be dissuaded from being involved in this shit. Exactly, I agree completely. No financial rewards and all these little goodies.
I'm gonna have to move locations because these little bitches are fucking with my signal, and I'm not even far up anywhere. I'm pretty close to the city.
Okay. Well,
They're
we'll
just
wait.
being fucking twats.
Uh, there you go. Somebody else joined.
You guys,
Welcome back.
yeah, I agree. I agree with your. I agree with using like various solutions, but and looking problem as well. Uh, like have temporary solutions to deal with the symptoms, also looking for the end the problem because we can't just say like leave it. Somebody gonna stop it. Like we can't somebody gonna somebody else somebody else gonna fix the problem. That's what politicians do. Like they come in and they don't fix any of the problems. They leave it, to the next generation of candidates to and they never do. The problems the problem never gets gets a solution.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we could sit here and talk problem all for the rest of our lives. I don't got time to keep talking about the problem, man. I'm sorry, I just don't. I just don't. There got to be real viable solutions, and we're spinning our wheels. You know what I'm saying? I understand we're all being attacked and all like that. I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to get up at 3:30 a.m. and I'm going to go to a job that's full of nothing but but slandering scum. They're going to do everything to try to get me to quit the job as they've done for 9 weeks. That's not easily faced every day. I don't sit in a cubicle, guys. I work a union job. I'm not in a truck cab that's air conditioned and heated. I got to deal with knuckle dragging flipping union workers. They like to mind fuck you. They like to test you all day long. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, as I used to work it's like a warehouse. And then the targeting started, like even before the targeting started, the man would tell me to do something, I would do it, and he would still get mad and ask me, why didn't do it that way? Like he was such like the power, like after
Pussy
all
ass
the years,
bitch.
after all the years of being the his head and couldn't do anything right. Was trying to test you, like make you do things for no reason. And after the target began to just go worse. Like I would make me do things like for no reason. Like
All right. All right. Yeah. So but your dirty fag cops are your problem, right? Right. You take them out of the equation. This situation is dead in the water, right? Most people do not want to deal with these problems. They don't want to be dragged into them, man. It's that simple. They don't care about your $25 flipping Applebee's card that you gave them. They could care less about that. They don't care about that handful of Norcos that you put in their pocket. They just want to go to work, come home, and be left alone. So, in order for that to happen, these fag cops have got to go away. They got to need to cease and desist or have a class action lawsuit rammed right up their ass where they like it. And in order to do that, there's got to be more and more attention brought to them. It's just that simple. It's that simple.
yeah,
Now
I
I don't.
agree with you.
Hey,
Okay.
But
don't mind me. I'm not gonna be battering pussies if you know what I mean.
I can't hear you, man. You broke up again. Oh, he said something about shattering pussies, I think. I think that's what he said. But No stream. Yeah. So there's something wrong with your stream, T Loke, because I mixed martial arts here. He's coming in breaking up too. So there's a problem here. The whole connection's bad.
Oh, I see.
The whole
They're
stream
fucking.
is bad.
They're probably fucking with the stream.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, as we start talking about solutions, they try to fuck. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Just let me know if you can hear me. Good then. Let me just riff to the combat. Uh, I agree though. Like the only way we can really um beat this or stop it is attention, because like all other so-called conspiracy theories, like there's always gonna be some kind of agenda by the governments to cover it up. That's what they're called conspiracy theories. So the only way is to get people's attention, and we have to be like trying to get the attention of people who are not, you know, in the program, like people like not involved, because the gang stalkers already know, targeted individuals already know, government already knows, but that small percentage of people that don't know what's going on, like, because if we keep saying like, you know, there's nothing we could do, this is gonna go on forever. But they're gonna keep, you know, we're gonna keep giving them a foot, and they're gonna keep taking a yard or a mile. And we can't just say, well, just leave it to somebody else is gonna fix the problem, like we always do. Like the people who came before us did, because that's what happens, you know. A problem arises, people, you know, kind of don't want to be involved. You know, they want to procrastinate and leave it to other people to take care of, and that's a cycle that never ends. You know, if we don't stop this now, this could go on until something bad really happens, or till society collapses or whatever. Because, you know, and you gotta realize too, like, if you come out against this, if you start like protesting and try to bring awareness to it, people are gonna look at you funny. Like you gotta accept that people are gonna look at you in a funny way. They're gonna think you're crazy. I gotta realize that they already think we're crazy. Like, that's the thing with the character assassination. Like they already told your friends and your family that you're a nut job, you're crazy, or you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, or you're some kind of weird story they always make up. Like you ought to realize that society has already branded you and labeled you, and when you're labeled as crazy, like people are always gonna look at you funny. Like I remember growing up, when I was growing up, when I was younger, like, I'm not that old, but when I was younger, you know, and then if your friend like said like this person, is crazy, like if you're with a group and someone says, that person walking by is crazy, like everyone will start looking at you funny because there's a stigma that comes with the label. They treat you like you're a different person. They look at you like you're a different person. But if you had a conversation with that person before they were labeled crazy, you would think, this person's not crazy. It's just they probably have a different perspective. But we are already labeled. We're already branded as crazy and as outcasts. And there's two choices. You either live with that and struggle for the rest of your life, or you can accept that, still struggle, but at least try to fight back and stop this. Because not to sound like an optimist or anything, but if this could be stopped, um, it could save a lot of lives. We see the impact of what this has done to people. Other TIAs, people who didn't even know they were targeted, and became school shooters, mass shooters. You know, like this thing can be prevented, but because we can't rely on the courts, we know they're corrupted. They're not just, you know, corrupted. It is corruption in itself. So we know we can't rely on them. Can't rely on government. Can't rely on police. Can't rely on those institutions, those systems, because they are the culprits. Like they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna try to destroy their own system. System that keeps things going, keeps things in order, keeps them wealthy, keeps the population stupid and oppressed. Like that's what they want. I'm not saying like there could be a perfect world with where everybody's happy, and that's not possible. That's never going to be possible. But it could have been a lot better with the resources, the technology. I mean, seeing like look at where the people in power, look at where their priorities and prerogatives are, doing experimentations on people, you know, like all over the world, massive, like trying to, you know, press people, trying to control people. Like that's their MO. That's part of the course. If they wanted to, they could have redirected probably, quarter of that resources into something good that actually helps people and is not like some sort of philanthropist, guys of helping people like Bill Gates. He has his own foundation supposed to be a non-profit and it's making the most profit. Like that's not really helping people. He's helping himself while gaining control of the world. And if they really wanted to, they could have taken at least a small portion of those resources and allocate it to actually making the world better. But no, they don't want actual progress. They want control. And I agree with, T. Lord that okay, he's back.
Hey, what up, guys?
All right,
Yeah.
for sure. I think I had to move positions because the cowards were trying to interfere again.
Yeah, like if we like, it's so funny. Like if we were on here complaining, we probably won't be attacking the stream that sort of way. But like, know that when we're on here talking about trying to find solutions, all of a sudden it's a coincidence that everything's breaking up. So crazy.
I can't even say that that has nothing to do with like just multitude of many of us. Really, like when we join something, I've noticed things happening every single time I join something. So I don't even understand. I mean, I've been going through hell for like almost a couple of days. It's I don't know. I couldn't even get out of bed, man. I'm just saying, like it was something else. It was such a screaming ring in my ears. It just overwhelms you, and I don't like to talk about it. But I mean, obviously, it seems like the more I talk about certain things, boom, they hit me hard.
Yeah, because they don't want you talking about it. They don't want you exposing them.
I don't know what to do, man. It's like it hurts. It hurts so fucking bad. And I have a family, and there is a chance that I might be having another baby. I don't know yet, but I mean, there's a chance, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it, but I don't want to have to go through this for another one too. I mean, it's just horrible. I just want to be able to get rid of it, like a
Yeah,
fucking hurt be gone, like fucking spray or something. Um, it's rough.
I think we gotta take responsibility. Like, not that it's we fault or anything. Like, but we gotta take on the responsibility of at least trying to expose it and trying to stop it.
I
But it
want
might
to.
not,
I just feel my life
like we
getting
could,
harder every day. I mean, it's hard
like
to
we
get
could,
up. It's like it's weird because like the fucking pain they give you is something else. It's like you can't even explain it. It is something that is so profound. It's something that they can make you just like fucking just like crawl and like even if you have back fucking problems and you have three tears in your spine, you can't lay there for a position at a time without your back hurting. You have to move every couple like half hours. It's not very pleasant to sit there for days because you can't fucking move, man.
yeah, and like
No, like I ain't
imagine,
joking. This shit really is going down, man, and I'm tired of it because I know they're circling the blocks. I could hear them. I went outside a couple times just to try to show that it wasn't hurting, but it was. And I can't help that it's hurting me.
imagine like 10 years in the future, like after collecting all this data and improving their technology. Imagine what the world would be like with these crazy nut jobs in power, like with all this advanced technology. Imagine what they'd be doing. Like if they're like doing all this shit now.
Yeah.
Imagine if they
Well,
perfect that technology. It's gonna be bad.
obviously,
It's gonna
I don't think that they're gonna get that far because I believe that it's really what the natural like order of things is gonna happen. Like God's order of how it's going to
be,
happen. And I don't see them really being able to get past all that, man. I hope not, at least anyway. And I believe that God will always be there for us. I mean, it's just something. No, I mean, this is just reminds me of my. I always call it my top fives. And this was like one of the ones I would say was my top five. And I had to look back at my top fives, like of like torture and pain. And I can't even know if I can put it in my top five because it's just so many top fives I have added to this whole thing that they're all pretty much just as torturous. It's like I don't know if I piss people off in the wrong things and wrong things I say, or I have no idea, but I do believe that there is a community of people that have been entitled. That kind of like overtook the entitlement because everybody's gonna give it to them, and I think a lot of people probably know what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, like they're entitled people because it's whatever equal, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Nothing equal about it.
I agree with you that they're entitled because from the time like they were born into money, and from the time they knew, what was what, they were being told, you know, you're rich, you're powerful, like you own the planet, you could do whatever you want. Like these normal people, they're here to serve you. Like that's how they were grown, like they were raised. Like and if you were raised like that, that's even worse than being spoiled.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is. I mean, I think that these people just forgot, like, there's other people around, and they thought that their whole way of life is this, and they got so consumed over their equal rights about certain things, which I'm not even going to mention, but it became like a big thing where they ended up having a lot of money and a lot of people in power over time. And there's certain people that said things. I prefer to keep it down because like I've been suffering too long for a little bit amount of time, and I don't want to keep it going for a second. I'm saying I need a break, and I ain't joking, man. This shit, this is horrific.
think we gotta put the responsibility on ourselves to stop it, because like if not, then who? Next, like we're gonna die, and next generation is gonna come along. They're gonna experience it. They're gonna say like, let somebody else deal with it. Because that's how problems never get solved. Like we always think somebody else is gonna deal with it, and nobody ever does.
I know. I agree, and I agree that we need to do something. And but at the same time, whenever I fucking start feeling proud and I'm like, all right, I'm ready, and then here I am, just like this screaming, loud pitch, ringing. But it also doesn't do just the ringing part. It gives you pain and like all sorts of parts of your body, especially your brain and everything else. And it is something else to go through that. And I've been through it many times now, but like I always want to call it my top five, and I don't know if I can. I don't know because I've been through too many of them. I used to just be like, it's a top 10, top five. I don't even know if it's the top 20 anymore or top 50 because there's been so many horrific days they've done to me. And one of them was especially yesterday. I couldn't move. I didn't move out of bed. And, I had to like throw something on the wall just to get my girl's attention to, I want some soup, like tomato soup and a couple grilled cheeses. I was like, just give me something in my stomach because I haven't been eating very well lately because of it. It's hard to move, man. I wish these people understood what they did to us. And I wish they could experience it.
I can't speak to that. Like you know,
Because if they
the
experienced it, I don't know if they would do it so much. Just because we
I
might say
can't.
something cocky or something they don't like.
I
And
can't
it just
speak to
seems
the
like they're
level
entitled
of
people. Like they think that they're the fucking shit, even though they're not God's people. Yeah, I might
I
get
can't
attacked.
the level of electronic harassment is that like the most I've experienced is like a humming noise like every night constantly is on it's on all the time. Like it's like a like they have a big um
Yeah,
bass speaker
sometimes they forget to turn it off.
like it's always pulsing like on like the whole day. But that's the most I've experienced. I haven't experienced like to the level that you're talking about. So I can't speak to that, but I would say like in my opinion, I would rather go out trying to expose this than just, let it happen and go
It's,
slowly into the night and die somewhere, like I don't want to go like that. Like
sometimes they fucking confine you. They make you like in an area spot like where like it's pure torture. You can't move, and nobody knows the feeling of it unless you've been through it. I just recently, have gone like I okay. I know I know people, right? I know people all around the city. I know many homeless dudes because I give them jobs. I'll find them. So my mom gets some help at the restaurant sometimes. You need a job, whatever. But sometimes they come across things because people think they're crazy. So sometimes you get a little tranquilizer, and sometimes a tranquilizer can't even help, and that is fucked off when they can't. A tranquilizer that's supposed to be for that, it still can't help. Man, I just say that these people are sick in the head, man, and I don't know what's wrong with them. Maybe I did say a lot of the. I don't even want to say it because I don't even want to get any idea of who I was talking about, but because I it hurts so bad.
they're not just like using this technology for using it. Say like this is an experiment on the human mind, and also like they're testing out their technology. They want to see what it will do, what it won't do, and they're tweaking it. You know, you're constantly trying to improve it. Like we can't let this, we can't let this shit go on. Like they're gonna test their technology on us until we die, and if nothing is done, we're gonna die. And they're gonna do it all over
Yeah,
again, and they're gonna
yeah,
keep increasing their technology. Like I agree with you, Bobby. Like when you look back at history, like this is what happens to civilizations. Like they increase their technology, they get too full of themselves, they start thinking they're gods and all sorts of things, and then they're destroyed. But like we can't wait. Like we don't know when it's gonna happen. Like it feels like it's coming any day now. Like something big is gonna happen because the world is like a clown show cartoon. Like weird stuff is happening.
yeah. It is.
It can't go on for much longer, but like we can't wait. We don't like we know it's gonna be destroyed, but like when? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You don't know.
Every time I have something good to do or say or to anybody, it seems like especially I have a lot of good ideas, man, and I have a lot of things, and I have a lot of people that I know, like throughout my history of like being me and just knowing the right peoples and the right people that I can actually connect with in the future because I mean I tend to know how to treat people compared to some others. So they're always gonna remember me. But once I come along, it's like just like when T was asking for a friend to he was all down for like helping somebody, but right now he's not. And but I also have other friends. I mean, also they have also had this whole thing that's happened to them and their family members, and Especially when it comes down to my military friends, like, ones that were like best friends with my brother before he died and shit. I mean, their brother died, and it's like, it became like this like weird thing of like, PTSD and this and that. But I was like, man, looking at PTSD and calling it brain injury is only a facade of what I really know it is. Don't call it PTSD in a brain injury. Yeah, PTSD could happen from all the bullshit that's happened to you, but calling it a brain injury or something like that. I mean, that is the government's brain injury inflicted.
They test on like these
That's
people
why
are
all these people,
so
my friends, are dying like that, like from suicides and all the other things, man. It's like because especially if I talk to them at all, it's fucking sad. And they're
like
fucking getting off with their little fucking nerdy little fucking narcissistic asses, fucking just doing whatever. They can go to fucking Shriver's Air Force Base, be underground, fucking be on a computer. If they want to be a fucking internet nerd, fucking torch people through satellites, go right ahead, you little pussies.
like when you think about it, right? Like these people are so evil, right? Like they are testing on their military. They test
They're
vaccines and
narcissists
technology.
recruited.
Like they test that shit out on the people that they send to die for them. Like they said, like,
Yeah, I've been tested too long, you know?
yeah, they treat them like cannon fodder, like testing medicines, vaccines, technology, then sending them off to die for no reason.
Dude,
These people can't be trusted. If you have
I don't.
people that are fighting for you and going to die for you, like you like look how they treat the veterans, bro. Like you could see, like just from that alone, they send people into wars, like fabricated wars, like that don't like serve no purpose. Like send them out just to die. That's what I don't agree. Like joining the military, like I would never do
Yeah,
that. I would
now
never.
now everybody's being forced to take vaccines. I mean, Oklahoma's fighting it, and I think Oklahoma's governor fucking like said no, we're not going to do it. But I mean, the government is really still trying to make everybody in Oklahoma have vaccines in the military, in the National Guard at least. And our governor is Governor Stitt. He came to my mom's restaurant whenever I was on a leave of absence, I guess, for a couple weeks. But he ended up showing up at the restaurant whenever I wasn't there. Got a picture of the restaurant. But anyway, he's like, no, he's fighting for the Oklahoma National Guard, like not to have this vaccine. Because why would you force somebody to go against anything? It's like they're trying to turn down like all kinds of like religious like exemptions and this and that. It's like what they really want is what is inside the vaccine that is going to be inside that body for years to come. I believe, but I shouldn't talk too much. It's just fucking my opinion, and I'm tired of being tortured. So basically, I sound like a half of me what I would be if I was talking normally. Probably not even. I don't even know if it would be half because I've been so fucking messed with the last couple of days.
If you look at what's going on today, it's like they're phasing what they're doing to us like into normal society. Like have people snitching on other people, like if they don't do certain things, like if they don't wear a mask or take a shot, they have people snitching on other people, like they're testing shit on other people. They have contact tracers, like they're putting people in quarantine camps, like they're phasing, they're trying
Ow.
to integrate everything and like at first like targeted individuals like were the guinea pigs, but no, like they're expanding it out. Like it's like there are different levels of experimentation, different levels of like it's like they're trying to make this system where like everybody knows you
What
can't
they're
like you
doing
can't.
today, like what they're doing like yesterday and today, and like actually the last probably say 40 some odd hours, is something I already experienced on multiple occasions. And whenever I got sober before I had my son Tyler, I was sober for almost 4 months, whatever. But out of those days in between there, they kept me awake for they only let me sleep for 60 hours in about 60 days. And on top of like the torturous, like nasty, like weird, ever like satanic type thoughts that they would fucking do. And, yeah, I'm sorry to cuss so much, but man, I mean, the stuff that they're capable of doing and putting in your fucking head is ridiculous, and it should be a crime against humanity for sure. And they should be in prison for the things they're doing to us. And why are they not? That's the whole thing I don't get, is because I know firsthand what they're doing to me. And they're trying to ruin me, and I have a fucking baby, and I have another one possibly on the way, on top of two girls and a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And it's like you guys are making my life more difficult than you need to. It's out of hand. You guys should not be doing this to us, man. Like, what did we fucking do to you? Ever? We did not do anything. Why do you guys want us gone so bad? Why are you guys trying so damn hard?
They're experiments, bro. Like that's
No,
the
this has been too many years. Like the same experiment over and over and over. Why?
they don't view us as human beings. Like we are not human to them. We are tools. We are
I
experiments.
watch them every day at work. I serve them fucking food. I see them. I know that it's them, but I can't prove it. So what am I gonna do? Act like a crazy man? No, I'm not. But I know they're there. I mean, I go through like fucking homeland security, fucking military. I go through fucking highway patrol. I go through fucking sheriffs. I go through the cops. I go through all of them. I go through the bomb memorial fucking security guards. I go through everyone, all fucking layers of it. And then I go through all the fucking rich people, the landlords, the fucking business owners. They all in the mayors, the fucking governors. They all come into the fucking restaurant. Like, why? Like for this long? Like, what are you guys trying to fucking get? And it's like when the people come in through line, and like, oh, there's Bobby. Is that Bobby? Yeah, that's Bobby. It's like, how the fuck do you know my name? I'll fucking start saying it like that, and like then I'll start fucking just fucking making a comedy show for him in the background. Because I can, because I'm very quick witted. I can do things, but the thing is, it's just what it is, and I'm tired of being tortured, man. And this torture is getting so fucking unreal that it's about to kill me. They almost gave me a heart attack today, or yesterday actually, as I was laying there for probably about 10 hours at that point, trying to go to sleep, and my back hurts because I had 3 tears in my spine. I can't lay in a fucking bed all damn day. I just don't think they understand, man. They don't understand anything, man. It hurts so much what they do to me. I don't know if some of them do, some of them don't, which I believe that really that is the case. That some of them do know what they're doing, some of them don't. That's why I think they have so many new people all the damn time. So many new vehicles, so many new car dealerships giving out the paper tags in new vehicles. Modifying the headlight systems and the lights and the everything that is modified in a vehicle as a mobile station.
I my opinion, I think we have to come to a realization and conclusion. Do we want to live in servitude? Do we want to live being tortured every day, like and not fight him back, or do you want to fight back and get tortured like 10 times the
That's what's
amount.
been happening. Is fighting back. It's really hurt me, man. The whole fucking time. And sometimes I feel like it's hurting my son. I already know my opinion that it gave him his cleft lip and palate. That was very rare condition. That was not supposed to happen. It was not genetic. I just felt like his mom slept next to me, and I feel like there's a lot of fucking things that they've done to harm people's lives that is unfathomable, and that nobody should have to deal with this shit. Nobody. If anybody thinks I'm fucking lying, I say whatever, man. Get the fuck off this channel. I say that. I don't give a fuck who you are, but I ain't lying.
I think like if you're TI and you have a wife, you have kids, you have a family, you gotta decide like because if you start coming out aggressively to expose it, they're gonna target you heavily, and they're gonna target your family heavily. Like, you gotta decide.
Very good.
Nobody's gonna look down at you or look at you a different way because you have responsibilities as a father, or as a mother to make things safe for your children. Nobody's gonna don't play that. Nobody's thinking, but like if you're single and you're TI, like you have more room, I should say, to fight back because like they can't take anything from you. Like they've already taken everything. That you don't have anything left that you need to protect. Like the only thing you can look to do is protect the future and future generations. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely say that is where they got to, but it's still to this day. I mean, that is just me adding on to the actual torturing and targeted people. That like why, like why like come on, man. I mean, I even offered myself up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't mess with them.
Like I
They
say,
don't
we
give a
got
fuck.
we got either two options. Like just go, just ignore it. Try to ignore it. Try to live as best as you can. Like people could do whatever they want. That's the thing. People could do whatever they want. Like if you want to just go along and ignore it and try to live as best you can, you can do that. If you want to fight back in any way you can. You know, in my
Well, I
opinion,
want to fight back.
protesting would be the best thing to do
I
to
want
get awareness. Because like if
I
nobody
want to
like
fight
is
back.
aware of what's going on, like you can.
I want to stop this from happening to anybody else's family too, because
Yeah, that's
not very often you see a family getting through. A target to get through after all the bullshit, and you still find a family to happen, and it just like it hurts because what they're doing is beyond like like is beyond like evil. What they're doing is something unfathomable. Like seriously, like when I say that unfathomable, it means like you can't believe that it's actually there's somebody capable of doing it. Like how are you that evil to actually go through it like that and not even care that there's fucking babies involved and families involved. And it's not like I have like this family that fucking got destroyed. No, yeah, we almost got destroyed. Then we started building back up because we have a strong family, man. Like, there's not very many Chizzies in this world. and basically they're basically all here in Oklahoma. We used to be in Chicago and fucking Wisconsin, whatever, in Florida, but now it's like it's basically here. Now we're centrally located almost. And our my name is a very very unique last name. It means
Things
everything.
things are about to change for all of us as soon as, you know, as soon as more of us start coming out of our comfort zones and fight against this targeting, because whatever benefits me, I'm gonna start helping others. But these six, this comment here says these sick people sadistically enjoy this too. It's not just a job. I mean, who works Sunday night torturing somebody? They work holidays, they work weekends. It doesn't matter what day it is. The fucking moon could be falling out of the sky and they'll still be fucking targeting you. These people are brainwashed fucking retards, so don't expect much from them.
Yeah,
It's a weird
I
thing,
agree.
man. I came across a verse from my dad's Bible that came on. Like, I have to ask her real quick because right now I've been not been feeling very good and been through a lot of shit. But it was like Luke 10:18, and but I was like, I looked through my whole dad's Bible. Only thing that he had circled was the 18 on Luke 10:18. And then
Yeah.
midway between that was my friend's, brother, who one of my best friends, and his brother was one of my good friends too. Yeah, it was midway through it, but and I saw what it was. Yeah, but there was something else that led up to it. The reason why I even looked at Luke 10:18, the very first thing I looked, just so happened to be my dad's Bible because it was the nearest Bible I had, and it's the only thing that I could see written. And then he had like on the very top of that something else like on on that same
Yo,
page.
can you guys see how many viewers we have?
No.
Yeah, 18.
Well, we have 18 viewers. This is the most, I think, the most I've seen viewers on a live, well, my live, in a really long time. I think the remember the most amount I've seen like was 20, 21 maybe. But the fact of the matter is that I would say like 12, maybe 10 are perps and several are TIs.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I would
they're
say,
making sure that
in my
I
opinion,
think, that's just an assumption. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but
I believe
most
in that
likely,
because
I
every
mean,
time I
how
go to a
many of us
channel,
are there? You know what I mean? There's
I
not that
agree with
many of
that.
us.
I agree with that because like when I first become T, I would go on like on TI streams, but I know I wasn't comfortable like interacting and things like that. No, I know there's some TIs like that in the stream, like not comfortable yet with interacting with people because they're still weary and it's still, trying to discern certain things. But I know like the agents, like they follow you into live streams, like they type like certain things in the chat to freak you out. Because I think you're assigned. I think like you have like a personal like some personal people assigned to you. They
yeah,
follow you into live
yeah,
streams.
people have their job is to like follow you anyway,
Yeah, like they follow you
depending
into
on
like
how
online
you are,
games and stuff like
who
that.
you are.
Like, and they want us to talk about stuff so they can get information and see like is that bothering them? Maybe we should turn that shit up, you know? Like, but
Yeah.
I don't really care. Like I just talk like they're not there, I'm saying? Like it don't let that
No,
shit
we
bother
all
me.
do. We all learn how to talk without them, like even acknowledging that they're there, but we already know they are.
And I think that like more more TI YouTubers need to take that approach and stop trying to figure out who's a perp and who's not, all this
Yeah,
stuff. Like, and if someone calls you a perp, like, okay, like like even in society, like even when you were in society before you were targeting individuals, people were calling you all kinds of things. You were like, okay, okay, all right. Like, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like,
yeah.
you know
I
you've been
don't
treated.
try to prove. I know in my own heart, and it's all I need. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about me is, I mean, like you'll basically be able to see it. I mean, like basically anybody that's been a target, they're pretty good at seeing the truth out of things too.
Dude, all I know is if we live closer together, I know I could bring out a lot of perps like that. I can spot perps easily. Like in person, I can spot them, and like through time, they'll expose themselves. And I'm really good. I'm like a fucking hawk. So to put somebody in front of me that thinks that they're gonna get away with, like, they better be a really good actor because I'm gonna spot them really quick. And
Right.
so that's why through interaction, like if people are afraid to give their names or they're afraid to be held accountable, uh amongst TIs, you shouldn't be afraid to like somebody to know you because these perps have all our information. They know our
Yeah,
fucking probably our socials. They know our birthdays. They know our names. They know where we live. They know like all kinds of shit about us. So for somebody to be hiding and not wanting to put their name out there, like I pretty much said my name on my lives or on my channel more than
yeah,
once. So anybody, any TI, you want me to freaking send you a picture of my ID, dude? I'll post that shit. Like I ain't worried about. I don't have nothing to hide. Like I have everything to gain and nothing to lose. So
yeah. Like
anybody that wants to try to like portray themselves as real, then fucking step up to the plate because I'm like if I ever have the opportunity to start making a difference, trust and believe I'm going to take it and I'm trying to kind of build up to that. And if I had the right resources to do it, I could start helping TIs and like really try to make a difference. But since I'm being held back just like everybody else is, it's kind of hard for me to do that. And as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm gonna try to do my best. But I gotta make sure I take care of myself too, because it's hard living in this type of an environment where you have to work every day and slave and from 9 to 5 just to pay the rent. And if we bought a piece of land, if we can work together and try to like grow our own food and stuff like that, it's not going to be easy. They're going to still try to attack us. They're going to attack our crops. They're going to try to poison our water wells. So there always has to be somebody in the property. If we ever come together, there's always has to be people that are doing guard duty. Like, so everybody's whoever's awake, they're gonna have to be like literally maintaining the property, the land that we live on, so that there's no trespassers, there's nobody getting into the property and fucking with our shit, because you already know how these perps are. You let your
yeah,
guard down, they start contaminating your food, they contaminate, they could spray all they want. You keep everything concealed. You can grow a garden indoors, like a greenhouse. You can try to like do your best to contain it, to conceal it, to vent out the air, to protect your water, to try to also have like something over that's sealed, so and a lock and it's locked, so whoever gets onto our property, they're not gonna be able to fuck with our shit if somebody's always there. So there's a plan. These cowards, they're used to us being on our own, and that's the reason they're able to take advantage of us, because we leave
yeah,
our cars unattended, we leave our houses unattended, we leave our food unattended. If we have a couple savage TIs that are not afraid to get their hands dirty, we will fucking overcome these little bitches You guys got to understand that. So our best bet is to honestly come together. And it would be a lot easier if we could do that, but it's going to take time and it's going to take somebody that's really serious to be able to do that because where everybody's in their comfort zones, they don't have the right money, they don't have the resources or the transportation to come together. So there's a lot of obstacles in our ways to make this happen, but it's only a
Yeah,
matter of time.
I agree with that. We have to have like, as you said, like a plan that is so simple, but
It's so thorough. It has
yeah,
to be a regimen. Everybody has to be willing to fight and put in their work because that's the only way it's going to work. If everybody's willing to fight as much as the next person, then there's not going to be no room for error. Because then,
yeah,
if everything's covered, we're going to learn from our mistakes. We're already learning from our mistakes. So now it's going to be extra, military minded, where we're strategists, where we can see any part of the plan that has a hole in it. So if we're missing something, okay, yeah, this needs to be covered. We need to make sure, like, and then somebody, there's going to be a few, I wouldn't say leaders, but people that are kind of taking care of the pack. We got to make sure that everybody's doing what they need to be doing, and we're also going to be pitching in and doing what we have to do, because if somebody's not working, somebody has to make the money, or somebody's going to have the money. So whoever has the more, whoever owns the land and stuff like that, obviously is going to have more of the say so, but we're going to
yeah,
still work as a group. Everybody's going to have say. We're not going to just be like, oh, there's one leader and shit like that. Everybody has to vote and everybody has to come to an agreement so that there's no freaking it's not a oligarchy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, everybody is gonna be involved, and it's gonna be like a community of people that are freaking trying to expose this stuff, and then we can go out and do stuff, and like have somebody's gonna have to stay behind. We're gonna have to sacrifice. Somebody's gonna have to watch the property. If not, two people are gonna have to watch the property because if we have to go take care of business or people have to work, somebody always has to be there. So we have to always be planning ahead of time when we go out to the store, what food we're gonna grow, everything has to be looked over and everything has to be watched and taken care of.
yeah. Because like they already know what we're gonna do, where we're gonna be, what we're doing. There has to be a
Yeah.
plan that is simple yet strong, so that whatever we do, wherever we're going, like just because like we have to make the plan like so that it doesn't matter what they know, we can still do what we do and still be successful. I agree with that. I think that's why they try to keep us so fragmented and splintered and in small little groups and not really together. Like we're already separated from society in a way, and then they try to split us up even more and tribalize us. Like this group doesn't like this group, and this group thinks this person is a perp, so they don't mess with this group. It's like that's not going to get us anywhere. We're
Right.
not giving no progress from that. I
Yeah,
think
I would
people
say that's about right. I mean,
yeah,
just to say it. I mean, it just feels like there's a lot of other things going on in the background, like with like the less perked upon. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that you're around, and I think there's too much of the whole mind washing and brain control like aspects of like frequency that are existing,
Yeah.
and just nobody's gonna know about it because nobody believes it's really happening to them. But like if you walk into somewhere, you can just see it happening. It's like, what? That's really easy to see. You can see it's happening, but what are you gonna do about it? It happens within your own neighborhoods. It happens with your own like your establishment of work. It happens everywhere, and you have to be very careful of like what you say around these people because They're triggered by anything that is like going against anything. Even people that you trust the most sometimes can be so easily brainwashed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they'll be trying to gaslight you. Like they'll be like, "Bro, you're not an actor. Like you're not winning any Emmys. Like I can tell you're acting. Like
Yeah.
it's not that hard. Like they can see right
Yeah.
through you. Like
Yeah. Like that. I mean, it just it's weird stuff, man. Weird stuff, and they should definitely be ashamed of themselves. I'll just say that if you play a part in this game and you hear me and you're one of my pers listening, I just say you should be very aware of us. I'll just say it.
I mean,
I don't care
so Johnny, I'm not sure
whatever I
exactly
say. Dude.
what he's saying here, but he said outlandish ideas of who is doing it. I won't acknowledge it's the government. Kind of got on my nerves. I won't confront him again. So, I mean, I can't really say exactly who is doing this. I think there's, I mean, more to it than just the government. But every time I've shielded, like, since I have experience with shielding, every time I've shielded, they've always sent either the fire department or government fucking like helicopters all the time. I can't see who's driving the helicopters. I don't know if they're soldiers, super soldiers, fucking reptilians, who knows, fucking demons. I'm not sure who the hell these people are or who they're working for, but I
well,
know
in my
for sure
opinion,
there must be something to it all. It's not just people doing this to us. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
something more to it that we don't know about. If you're a spiritual person, you can have some other
People that
types of
sold themselves,
assumptions.
really, almost.
yeah, I agree with that. Is like people don't understand. Like they think some people think it's one thing or this thing. It's like is like everything is a pyramid
Yeah, it's
is like a
everything.
pyramid.
It's the whole big picture, I feel like.
Ancient shit.
Yeah, and it's like it's a pyramid, and you can see at the top if you're a spiritual person. Like
Uh,
it's
I mean, who
the
do they say
devil.
the pyramid is? It's the all-seeing eye. They call it
Yeah,
the
it's
black
like
hand, whatever you
You
wanna.
put it into almost any shape, really, right?
yeah. Yeah, at the top you have the devil, the orchestrator, and then you have like the governments, and then you have the police, and then the Freemasons. Like it's all of these things. Like it's technology,
Yeah.
it's
They're all
spiritual.
part of the same beast system.
Yeah, like the devil is using these secret
He's using
societies,
them. Yeah.
the
Yes, they're
the
being
cults,
used, I
and
believe, by
yeah, like he's using them as a tool. Like they're just tools to carry out evil. And it so
yeah,
happens to it comes in the form of government. So happens it comes in the form of police and Freemasons and all these and
geometry.
technology.
I mean, geometry is a smart thing. Yeah, obviously, the devil probably came up with geometry and all that other shit. But I mean, it's just what it is. We were taught this stuff, and what they use is that stuff. It's to get them ahead of us. I mean, because we're not the ones wanting to use that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna fight it out. Like whatever, we're the ones suffering. Like we are suffering, and we know we are, but we still refuse to ever do all the stuff. We might know about the stuff, and we can put numbers together and shit. That is nothing against us.
Right. See, like for instance, a good example is like when the angels fell and they started to teach man. They started to teach them how to make weapons. They taught them how to read the stars and what signs to look for. So a lot of these things that men and women were taught, how to put on makeup and wear jewelry and all this stuff, what kind of stones were which. We didn't know any of that stuff. They showed us like all this witchcraft and all this crazy stuff that we know now these days, but
Yep.
we don't rely on that stuff. You know what I mean? Those are just tricks, that you can use. It's all created by the Most High, but we're not supposed to rely on that stuff. It's just,
No,
it's there, but it's not something that we
yeah,
trust in.
it's
In
sparingly
this,
used if had to be, in a sense. Really, if you need it, I mean, we can use the devil's work against him if we had to. I bet. I mean, but I don't think that I'd ever want to. But I mean, like, if it had to be, like, basically, I know numbers and I know a lot of things, and I don't like to brag about it or nothing. But numbers is my thing, man, and just like being able to figure out something out of nowhere without having no numbers, no nothing, is something I can sometimes just figure out a lot easier than
Yeah,
most. You know.
like from my perspective is like the fruit of good and evil. Like imagine like put it in this way, like the fruit of evil is a gun, like, and like in that world, like there's no need for a gun. Like in that time when God created Adam and Eve, like don't go to that tree, like don't eat from that fruit. Like, but he gave him free will, so he do what he wanted. But and the devil came to him like instead of a fruit, what he put it in like is a gun. Like, what do you need a gun for? Like God will ask him, what do you need a gun for? Like to kill what? To protect what? Like there's no need for that. But he took it anyway. It's like a tool. Like knowledge is a tool. You know, it could be used for good. It could be used for
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
And in that sense, like there was no need for that type of knowledge in that time. Like it would have served no purpose. Like you already have everything you need. Why take this? Like what are you gonna do with it? And
Yeah.
we saw like he coveted it. Like they use like in the same terms like a gun. Like you could use a gun to protect, or you could use a gun to kill, or you could have no gun in the first place. But in that time, there was no need for such things. You still wanted it anyway, and look where we are today. Like knowledge, like you can use it for good, you can use it for evil, and
Yeah.
these
Like
people,
love,
like
I consider equals knowledge. Knowledge equals power. But first of all, you need love, and like real love,
yeah,
like where you actually care about the next person next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you see this person need a little help. You want to love on like them and let them know that what, they're a little worse off than you. You can help them a little bit, without doing anything wrong. Just make them happy and make them understand that there's somebody that cares about them. Like
yeah,
me, and like where I'm at, like there's a lot of homeless people, and sometimes I get them to come in and work. Yeah, I get to know these people, and then I see how good of hearts they are, and like looking at somebody that's 38, I'm 40, and I'm like, dang, wow, it just doesn't look good. Like you aged wrong, man. Like you've been out here on the streets for some time, yeah, but you have a good heart. And this dude just the other day, he's hadn't worked for us for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, but he's still like, I know that he probably gets this stuff from somewhere else, whatever. He probably gets it. He says he finds it, but still, he's a homeless dude, and he got all of his stuff stolen again for like the third, fourth time in the last like 3 months. But anyway, so you try to help him. You give him money. Pocket a little bit of this and that, some pickles, some fucking bread, things like that. Anything that help him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, put that in your pockets and this and that. But then he ends up giving me like little jewelry, which is not worth much. It's all fake jewelry. I mean, it just looks nice, yeah, for good for kids and stuff. And he wants the girls to have it, like my wife's kids, and like, hey, give this one to her, give this one to her. And I'm like, no, you don't have to do that, because I just got done like scrounging through my vehicle trying to find like $1.90 something to give him. You know what I'm saying? Like in change and like $1 bill, because I didn't feel good. So then he's like, I just need a bucket to clean my feet with. So I was like, yeah, I got that. because I went in there, I got some warm water, and bucket, a rag, and you know, he's out in the middle of a parking lot. Because after everybody left for work, so he has a whole parking lot for himself, and he has his bags, weighed down, and like things he's gonna bag back up, and it's just little things like that that I care about, man. And we got one of the homeless guys. I don't, he's still working with us, and it's just like, but my mom doesn't understand. People need more money than what she pays, but I mean, I gotta stop talking like that. 'Cause I'm pretty sure if she ever heard one of these videos, she probably not like it. But I just want them to fucking be
I
all right. I just want them to be all right, because
yeah,
I care about people a lot. I don't like people not being okay.
I agree with you, and I agree with Johnny Granola in the chat saying something about doing giving money to some of the targets. 'Cause I think we like in my opinion like I can only speak to myself like because I like because of the targeting like I think I got away from you know because I was so wrapped up in myself and trying to protect myself and
Mhm.
well, because you're being targeted, you're being attacked, you're being
Yeah,
tortured.
yeah. We think it's only
People,
us at that moment.
yeah, and I think I got away from like trying to help other people and
Yeah,
seeing that it's not me that's suffering, it's other people. And I think I got away from helping people.
we could have a lot worse. We could have no pillow, nowhere to sleep, and it's fucking like freezing, you know. And like they just got all their stuff stolen, or something like that. Like all they have is barely some socks and like a full pair of pants and clothes, but no real jacket, because there's everything's gone. And it's like because homeless people steal from each other too, Not every homeless person is a good person,
It's true.
but you know what I'm saying. But when you know a good person that you can see in their eyes that you worked with for a little bit, it's like you're the only one that understands them. Everybody else hates them because how loud they are, and imagine what they've been through. So I can imagine that, and so whenever I see them, it's different than when I can see a real one, like one that really wants to try, that really cares.
Yeah, because some of them are good people, but it's just like
So
some of them are
using
people
people
targets as
and
well.
just work the system. Like someone make like 60, 70 grand a year just panhandling. I mean, that's a good living, not to have a home. It's like you buy the nicest tents and you go to the nicest tent place, like under the bridge, and then you're with the homeless community, which I've seen them way before I even started acknowledging it. Back in the day, whenever I used to hang out with certain people, they knew all the homeless camps, and they would just we go down there. You gotta be careful, because some of them, they ain't that good.
Such
But
as life. Everybody ain't good. Everybody ain't good.
so I mean, when like homeless camps come around, like I'm very good at judging. Like my own opinion, I'd say I'm good at judging like who is who. You know what I'm saying? Like if they are or if they're not good. And like basically not like guaranteeing I'd never judge it like that. But like if I have a good feeling about them, I will take time to talk because pretty much it's instant for people like me. It's like I could just tell sometimes, and I feel like there's something good about this person, and they haven't been the benefit of the doubt because I could tell because I know what happens to me, and just luckily I fight, and I've never stopped yet. So I mean I don't know how much longer I can keep going, especially after like way it gets sometimes, but yeah, I just don't want them to ever get to where I'm at because if they get where I'm at, where that amount of torture that happens, I could just see bad things happening.
The torture. I think it to it. It like it. You're trying to turn us bitter. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to take all the good energy out of us and replace it with only negative thoughts, negative energy. Like they don't want us to be. They want to destroy our human nature, our good human nature.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we gotta realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. They took
Like,
my business from me, and like it would just happen overnight. It was weird. It's like, man, I had like everything going, and I got with Brittany, and things happen. I guess I'm not even gonna go into details, but like false stuff again that happened to do with the other side of who I met. But it just didn't work out so well. I ended up getting targeted even more than what I was when I first started the whole relationship, and it was all fault. And I'm not afraid to say it because I know it is. And I regret the fact that I ever had to even put her through it. But now I have a son and maybe another one. You know, and I don't want everyone to mess up this whole thing. And I know that it matters that I'm around because what I can do, like being around, is way better than what I can do without being around.
yeah, I agree with that. Man, it's tough operating. It's tough operating in this system in this situation, especially when you have a family you gotta take care of. You, it's, for
Yeah,
me,
it's so much easier if I was on my own. I already have like a camper or something like that.
yeah,
I'd be able to just go out and do something else, and just try to figure out how to tackle this whole problem of being a TI. You know what I'm saying? But with the family thing, you can't just up and leave like that. It sucks. It makes it harder, actually. I think you're
yeah,
kind of
for sure,
stuck in a position.
for sure. Just like if you got a family, you know, you gotta go work every day, and if you got perks at work, it's gonna be hell. Like it's gonna be hell, and then you can't leave your job because you got a family to support. And it's a period.
Yeah,
It's,
it sucks
it's
to
a
have
tough.
a family-owned business that was owned by my brothers and my mom, but one brother's dead, one brother went, he got out of it, so my mom got left, and here I am, the oldest son, having to fucking take care right this second, and but still at the same time, and she doesn't understand it. I'm not sure if it's because of mind control or whatever, but everybody else around me, like all the employees that she gets,
Mm,
everybody loves me. It's like all of her people love me because they can see, she gets her labor cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like she pays them as cheap as possible. And I think it's for a previous manager who just quit, like about 2 months ago. And so and I don't know, it's just a lot of things, man. He couldn't do that no more. And obviously he's one of the people that, you know, he's a good dude, but he also had his own quirks where he kind of got off on people just like need to ask him for permission for things and things like that. I'm like, oh my god, this is why I got along with everybody so well. I was like, that's just him. I'm not gonna say names or nothing, but I'm just saying it's just that's how he rolled. It's like he kind of got off on it, like it felt like a perp like kind of thing, but you know, for me, like I want people to be treated right, and I've always held true to that whole thing is treat people how you want to be treated. Now, if you
exactly.
can't do that, then you know what? good luck. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel in life for the future. It's like treat people how you want to be treated, and that's what I've always lived by.
Yeah, I think people like when they talk about like respect is earned, not given. I don't believe in that. Like before all that happens, like you need to have a mutual respect. I ain't say you gotta love the person, you gotta trust the person or anything like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
when you meet someone, you gotta have a mutual respect. They're human, you're human. You have to have that human
yeah,
respect.
and go from there.
Yes, that's how shit's supposed to work. Eh,
Yeah,
But this whole respect gotta be earned, not given thing. Like you gotta have a base before you start, anything. If you don't respect someone off the bat, like that relationship is probably not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Like have to respect the person at a
yeah.
human level, then
Yes,
things can
always
progress.
respect them for who they are because they were human and they're just as much as you were when you were born. You know what?
Yeah.
So what? You know what I'm saying? How can you judge somebody off of a life experience that they've had like a lot of mishaps, a lot of fucking things that happened to them? Not everybody's the same, and just because some homeless people are like criminals or
Hmm.
whatever, and they try to get over on people, and not everyone is. And I figured that out. I figured that out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
have homeless people that will protect my fucking family right now. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
Because you
People
know
that
what? I just know these people. I can sense them. I don't know what it is inside me, but I can sense things.
yeah, I think people that appearances and labels, like same thing you said, like just because someone's homeless doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean they're a good
Yeah.
person. I think people
Yes,
let the
exactly right.
labels,
They're just like
people let
everyone else.
yeah, people let the labels get.
You're good or you're bad. I mean, like, and sometimes like I even give benefit of the doubt. Just I don't know if my mind does something extra or not, but like sometimes I'll give extra thought to somebody that I kind of think is bad at first, but then I realize maybe not. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I could be off a little bit. Sometimes not. But I mean, I do deal around a lot of them because I'm in like a central area where at night, especially after we close and after like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. especially, is like that's you'll start seeing some more of the homeless people coming in looking through the dumpsters for food. You know?
Not to like Johnny's saying like I can't bring myself to respect the perps who torture. I can see the gangster as human, but not the torturers. Like I'm not saying to respect. I'm not saying to respect everybody. Like of course you don't respect those kind of people. Like I'm saying like when you
You can
meet
just kind of
someone,
tell the difference though.
yeah,
In a sense, it gives you a heads up, like if they are not, and you keep an eye out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
if somebody I suspect, and there has been, and there's been people who call me angel and this and that, like homeless guys, just like talking out like their ass, whatever, and they'll just like, then all of a sudden we have a bunch of angels being like graffitied everywhere. I mean, that kind of stuff like that, man. It's weird, but then it's like, then what are you doing besides that? I mean,
uh,
you're actually damaging property that's going to get repainted over, so you did no good. But at
what I'm
the
saying
same
is
time, like you got to make an imprint and stop like trying to steal cigarettes or try to break into the cars in the parking lot.
what I'm saying to Johnny in the chat is like you respect, like by the fruits, by the fruits you should know them. Like if someone's doing bad shit, you know, like we don't respect gang stalkers, we don't respect perps. Like
No, no, not gang stalkers, man.
you
I
know,
don't
I
respect them, but at the same time, it's like I understand them and whatever. whatever. But you ain't gonna get through my blockade of my mind. Because
Yeah.
guarantee I'll see you, especially if you're gonna get that close to me. And there's some
Like,
people I will never trust in my entire life because I just been here too long in certain areas where there's certain people I just know who they are, and I know they keep trying but they can't get through. But there's also the good ones that they seem like they're bad, they're not. But you have
yeah.
to discern the difference between who is and who isn't. I mean, like I know my whole area is on video. Like the whole parking lot, the whole restaurant, the whole building where I'm in like central, like midtown Oklahoma City, where the Oklahoma City Bomb Memorial is. I mean, of course they're gonna have cameras everywhere. You know, then I have, the fire department, military, and everybody else in the central facility where I'm at, even in the same building, like military and highway patrol. you know. So it's not like, I mean, the fire department's right there, like within, like 15-second walk, 15 seconds takes a walk there. Uh, I say across the street, you know what I'm saying? From the end of the back end of my mom's restaurant. And then you had the bomb memorial, about 5 seconds walk. And it's just all kinds of things going on. And I have different people every day. I used to have them a lot more often when I was like a regular, where I walked in every single day. They knew I was gonna work. They used to try to fuck with me a lot for years and just make my life difficult as fuck. And I used to always like, Mom, why do you not take the shit off the menu? Why do you know that they're ordering the shit on purpose to make my life difficult? Just try to fucking make a reaction out of me. Because I know it's difficult and it's like almost impossible to do the things I was doing, even on full staff. But it's really hard to keep a full staff anymore. And she doesn't understand that. Well, I've been threatening to leave for years now because I can't deal with just sitting there just saving her restaurant when I got to save my own fucking life, my own family's life, and fucking get some real money going.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my mom. I love her so much. That's the only reason why I've been there so long. It's been as good as I've been. But there's we hire a lot of prisoners. Even a lot of those motherfuckers are good. They're good motherfuckers, man. And sometimes they get back in trouble because they get a little taste of freedom working outside the prison, and then they end up going back and for longer periods. So it sucks just watching it
Yeah.
happen because you like these
Sometimes
people.
like sometimes in their cases like it's better in there than over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they probably some of those people would have been better off being in, but the last guy I got, you know, this dude, he's like a bodybuilder, man. He's very fit. He loves his working out. He loves his protein and all the other stuff, man. Good dude, man. And I know all sides of like the racial spectrum from prison. You know what I'm saying? I understand what happens to people for telling on people, and I hear all the stories of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've lived around these people and worked around these people for almost 6 years. So I mean, I understand what they go through, but also at the same time, I know that the prison system has hired some, and when they start wearing the same clothes I wear and things like that, it's like, man, that's a telltale sign, man. It's like, yo, I mean, you know too much about me. You're too involved in me, and like all like whenever somebody's like liking me way too much too soon, it's like I can just tell something. So because what are you trying to get out of jail? Free card? Come on. I mean, my neighbors already do that. So I don't know what to say. But there's certain
It's
people, that you kind of build off of, and then once you build off those, you end up getting like a whole bunch of like others that like mouth, word of mouth is really the thing that you want to really go off of, because word of mouth goes a long way, especially when you talk to like certain people that actually know that shit's going down and that they can trust this dude is actually good. He ain't this guy ain't no like terrorist or whatever the system tried to put me as. Because in the end, they all work for the state or the government, in one form or fashion. It's all government fucking programmed and sponsored. Like, dude, let these guys out of prison. So you have to discern from who is who.
the average person believes in authority way too much, way too much. They trust in authority way too much. They think the authority is out to help them and make everything better. That's not the case.
I made a lot of close friends through the prison system, I'll just say. And like, there's a lot of good motherfuckers that came out of there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like all,
I
not
know all
all.
their stories. I know all their life stories of how they got there and what happened to them. And sometimes you just tell the difference of like who is actually really there for whatever reason or who's trying to get out early.
Like
You know?
not all of them are bad people.
Yeah.
They just like some of them are just humans who made mistakes. No,
Yep.
some people make mistakes, and some people get lucky, and they don't have to go to jail. And some people are unlucky and they go to
Snitches.
jail.
Some
That's
of them
what it
are
is.
snitches, and some of them
Yeah,
try to get as much information as they can, or cause like chaos in a restaurant, and like cause like problems. Little things here and there that add up. I mean, just a matter of fact of like how the prisons are run with fucking bugs, right? I mean, how easy it is to gather up a bunch of roaches from a fucking prison system. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy. One day you just be like zero roaches, boom, and all of a sudden you have to go on a killing spree, like a killing spree of roach. You know what I'm saying? Just because you knew that somebody brought some in.
and
That
they,
happens at every restaurant. I mean, it's very rare to have a main city like restaurant not have anything unless they're brand new somewhere. But there's always gonna be a bug problem. That's why there's always bugs everywhere. I mean, bugs are very good at fucking doing what they do. They get where they gotta go.
yeah, that that
That's
like
fact. At every
makes
restaurant, if you're in a major city and you're not brand new, you're gonna have some guaranteed fact.
like, the system uses ex convicts and people like that as perps, you know, to give them deals, to lessen their sentences. That's how they do it.
Yeah, yeah. But unless like with my case, I've actually changed many minds because like I ended up working with them for periods of time, and once they get to know me, they realize, damn, you know, I've even had on multiple occasions say that I'd vote for you for president, bro, Bobby. Well, all right, well it's cool, but the fact of the matter is I'm not going to be running. We already know. Just because you can change a few minds of like certain people, but yeah, that's a good thing. It adds up in the end. You can change like some of these people's minds that would have like just would never given you the time of day, like as far as like their goal was to ruin you or ruin your establishment that you're in. And sometimes you get through these people, which I've noticed. I can do that sometimes because once they see that you're a real, true mother, and then you just know something about what's going on. You don't even have to say it because you're too afraid to say it because you don't want to look like you're some crazy quack or something like that. But it's just like you kind of like you keep it to yourself until you understand that you could actually say it to somebody. And today I'm at the point where I don't care anymore. I just want them to just understand that we are real. Like target individual community that ones are really being tortured is real. I hope everybody knows that one day, and maybe we can get a real relief from it. That would be my dream. That's
We
all I
got we,
want for everyone.
we got to try to make that happen ourselves. Nobody's gonna do it for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I know that, man. I know. It's just one of those things, man. It's like every day's a struggle, and like who knows what they're gonna throw at me overnight or tomorrow or for the next week. But they come up with something different every single time. I know that. There's a lot of things. I mean, it's weird how many things they come up with, and it's like weird how many people they have that are so twisted in their own minds to actually do it, pull it off for them. Especially with the gang stalking parts, and like fucking stage people around you that can live in houses for as long as you live there, and like guarantee they didn't expect me to live here this long. I promise that. I just wanted to live here because it was a challenge for me right now. I guess I have no idea why I did it, but I know there's a purpose for me to be here as long as I've been. Because I know I've changed some minds, at least minimum. And I have good people sometimes, even when they know we're in hard times. That somebody just gave us a bag of groceries, left on our front porch. So I'm pretty sure it's either the church lady or the ones next door, one of the ones next door. But little things like that, man. This lets me know that at least somebody is watching and seeing all the shit that's happening to me, and they care about me.
Yeah, let us know that there is some good left in the world. 'Cause some days it doesn't seem like that. Some days it just feels like a shithole. But there is some good, somewhere.
Yeah, I know there is. I know it. There's a lot of it still left. Hey, who's in the center? Is that T?
I can't see the name. Check. Let me check.
Yo,
All right, I was making sure it was you.
Yeah, I couldn't see the
well, my mic
picture.
was unmuted, so I don't know. I was just looking up some scripture I wanted to read real quick,
Hey,
but
yeah, bro.
to find it first.
I was just wondering, man. You don't have to like hurry it up or nothing either. I mean, it's just what it is, man. See, my son's laughing in the bathtub. That's always a good sound to hear. A baby laughing is always a great sound. Makes me so happy. just want to ask Brittany, like, was she under his foot?
All right, I found it. I knew if I kept searching, I'd find it. All right, so it's Second Corinthians, verse 4. Let me see if I should start from 3.
Yes.
All right, so let's see here. All right, I'm gonna start from first. I was gonna start from verse 4, but I'm going all the way to Second Corinthians chapter 1. It goes, and the word of God reads, Shoel, an emissary of Yahuwah, or I'm not sure if that's what it is because it's in Hebrew. Hamashiach, by the desire of Elohim and Timotheos, Timotheos, the brother, the assembly of Elohim that is at Corinthios, with all the Kodeshim who are in all Achaia. Favor to you and peace from Yahuwah our Father, the Adon, Yahuwah Hamashiach. Baruch be the Elohim and Father of our Adon, the Father of compassion, the Elohim of all comfort, who is confronting or comforting us in all our pressure, enabling us to comfort those who are in every pressure, though the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by Elohim, because as the sufferings of Messiah overflow in us, so our comfort also overflows through. I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, dude, because this is like a Hebrew Bible, so some of these names are in Hebrew, and it's kind of hard to read. Messiah, and if we suffer pressure, it is for your comfort and deliverance, being worked out in enduring the same sufferings which we also suffer. If we are confronted, it is for your comfort and deliverance, and our expectation for you is steadfast, because we know that as you are sharing in the sufferings, so also in the comfort. For we do not want you to be ignorant, brothers, of our pressure which came to us in Asia, that we were weighed down exceedingly beyond ability, so that we despaired even of life. Indeed, we had the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in Elohim who raises the dead, who rescued us from a great death, and does rescue, in whom we trust, that he shall still rescue us. You also helping together in prayer for us, that thanks shall be given by many on our behalf for the favor bestowed upon us through many. For our boasting is this, the witness of our conscience, that we behaved ourselves in the world in simplicity and sincerity of Elohim, not in fleshly wisdom, but in the favor of Elohim, and which more toward you, for we are writing none other to you than what you read or understand. Now I trust you shall understand, even to the end, as also you have understood us in part, that we are your boast, as you also are ours, in the day of Adon, and relying on this, I intended to come to you before, that you might twice receive a favor, and to pass your way into Mac- Macedonia, and again from Macedonia come to you, and to be sent by you on my way to Yehuda. Since I intended this, I did do it lightly, or what I plan to do plain according to the flesh, that with me there should be yes, yes, and no, no. But Elohim is trustworthy, that our word to you was not yes and no, who was proclaimed among you by us, by me, Sila, and Timotheus, was not yes and no, but to him was yes. For as many promises are of Elohim, in him they are yes, and in him amen. To the esteem of Elohim, though through us, but he who establishes us with you in Messiah, and his anointed us in Elohim. I'm gonna skip to verse 4 because this is the verse that I want to read. All right. So it says, therefore, having this service, even as we received compassion, we do not lose heart, but we have renounced the secrets of shame, not walking in craftiness, nor falsifying the word of Yahuwah, but by manifestation of the truth, recommending ourselves to every human conscience in the sight of Elohim. And indeed, if our good news has been vi- violated, it has been valid in those who are perishing, in whom the mighty one of this age has been blinded the minds of the unbelieving, so that the enlightening of the good news of the esteem of Messiah, who is the likeness of Elohim, does not shine on them. For we do not proclaim ourselves, but Messiah, Elohim the Adon, and ourselves, your servants, for the sake of Yahuwah. For Elohim, who said, let light shine out of darkness, is the one who has shone in our hearts for the enlightening of the knowledge of the esteem of Elohim in the face of God. And we have this treasure in earthen vessels so that the excellence of the power might be of Elohim and not of us, being hard pressed on every side but not crushed, being perplexed but not in despair, being prosecuted but not forsaken, being thrown down but not destroyed, always bearing about in the body the dying of the dawn, O Elohim, that he high of might also be manifested manifested in our body, for we the living are always delivered to death for the sake of Yahweh, that the high of the might also be manifested in our own mortal flesh, so that death indeed is working in us, but the high in you. But having the same spirit of belief according to what has been written, I believe, therefore I spoke. We also believe, therefore we also speak, knowing that he who rise up the dawn shall also rise up through Yahweh. You shall stand and shall stand with you, for all this is for your sake, so that favor having spread through many would cause thanksgiving to overflow unto the esteem of Elohim. Therefore do not lose heart, but even if our outward man is perishing, yet that within being renewed day by day, for this slight momentary pressure is working for us a far more exceeding and everlasting weight of esteem. We are not looking on what is seen, but what is not seen. For what is seen has passed away, but what is not seen is everlasting.
Hey, sorry guys, I need to go outside for a second.
There it is. Amen.
Amen to that.
If you understand those scriptures, you should read them yourself, and they really big, too good at books. But I still try, trust in the Most High.
They've never been great at books either. The scriptures bring you a different kind of peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it brings certain people more peace than others. It just depends if your heart's in it or not.
Yeah. I think people are forced into that direction instead of seeking it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you seek it, you consume it more happily and readily. But when you're forced, like you're always kind of fighting against it. Because people don't like to be, forced. Well, some people nowadays, they like to be directed into everything. They want to be told what to do, what to eat, what to say, what to believe. They're not even the right things. Like there's nothing wrong with being a follower, but it's what you follow. Well, follow the good shepherd. And a lot of people aren't following the good shepherd. They're following the bad shepherd. And when the wolf comes, you run and leave them to be eaten. I think that's a verse in the Bible.
Yeah, I think
Jesus.
I accidentally mic'd my or muted my mic by accident. I was talking and I didn't realize it wasn't talking. But yeah, I understand everything you guys are saying,
Yeah,
man. And
I see here this Bible is been it's been what's it called, like, because there's a lot of stuff that's been altered in the Bible. So this is Hallelujah scriptures. If you go to the book that I just read, it's kind of hard to you know what I mean, to read these scriptures because look, you guys can't really see here. I gotta put it more in the light, but there's a lot of complex words in here that aren't in just a regular King James or New King James Version Bible. Um, a lot of this stuff has like the original names of God, and you have to interpret them. You have to look them up. Some of these words, I don't know what they mean, but they're in Hebrew. So when I read from this book, it's because I'm trying to go back to like the most original text and how it was written because I take time to learn and look up these words to see their meaning because when the languages changed, also some of the meanings changed, and they wanted to take out some of those meanings, so we're not to understand the scriptures completely. So that's why I took time to do that.
yeah, like my dad's Bible is a Zondervan, but it also says Italian duo tones. Then it's also in U.S. Congress. Uh, it has a number on it, but it's a nice Bible. It is before my dad died. It's the only reason why I got it. But it's one of the main Bibles I go to. I mean, it has like multi like verses in it, and I think that's the reason why he wanted it. Containing Old and New Testaments and Italian and all this other stuff. But I'm not sure like what's the best Bible or anything. But I would never ever try to look that up because I don't think that there is a proper way of doing it. Just basically you'll get the sense of it and you'll figure it out. Oh my God, what is he doing, Kyler? Oh my God, you guys should have video of this, man. This is fun. What's he doing? Oh, he's watching his singer. He's actually listening to it. Yeah. You can hear it in the headphones. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I didn't mean to break up the whole Bible thing. It's the time. It's your song. It's your girlfriend, Kyler. Anyway,
Have like
yeah, they just walked in the room. I didn't know. I didn't know that was gonna happen. But yeah, he loves music. I know that. But yeah, the whole verses of everything. It's like there's so many ways of doing it, but also at the same time, like we know that there's certain ways that people did us wrong in the past of like how they wanted it. And, it's us to discern it. It's us to figure it out. And if something doesn't sound 100%, you can look through history, I guess, as long as they will let you. But that ain't my thing to do. I would never try to because you know who's to know what God really wanted us to know and what didn't. Maybe this is all a part of it. I mean, the whole targeting thing. Who knows? At the same time, I don't agree with it. The whole targeting thing, anyway. There's another thing, another animal on its own, I guess you'd call it, that nobody wants in their life. But I think it's, to my own opinion, my honest own opinion, Only mine. I think it's meant for the ones that are strong enough to handle it, especially the ones that can handle it as long as they've been handling it. And I believe there's many of us, and it's not just us that are out here speaking on this. I believe there's so many more that just can't wait to get their word out. That y'all there.
Just here reading the chat. And
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, and this is my opinion. I think like I I think the Bible has been tampered with in a way.
It
It's
has.
like I don't like.
Kings, queens, you name it. Anybody of importance throughout history has had a say in the Bible.
Yeah, like they either remove some stuff or added some stuff. Like they tamper with everything. Like, I don't think the Bible is untouched in any way.
It's pretty
But
unfortunate that we have to deal with that, though. I mean, why can't we just have what it is, what it was?
they
Leave
hide
it
all
as
the
it
knowledge.
is, as it was.
Like they're so greedy and gluttonous. Like they take all the knowledge for themselves and like hide it away
Yeah,
and lock it away. Then they alter it and feed us what we want. Like history is altered. Like all this stuff. Like they alter and manipulate everything. But
yeah.
that's why you should ask God for the discernment and the wisdom.
Yes,
To
yes.
read
Right.
between the lines and see what is good and see what is bad. And like, you can't just read it and that is it and have
I'll just
one
say
way of looking.
30 years ago, everybody believed, like, as far as my circles went in Oklahoma when I first moved here.
Uh huh.
I didn't first move here. It's like 25 years ago I first moved here. But 25 years ago, everybody that I knew like thought that the world just started 2,000 years ago. I mean, I don't know, 2,000 years ago, 25 years ago from now, like from where I was. I was like, no, 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 no. It's like, but there's people out there, like in the Bible Belt, that just believe that the world just started 2,000 years ago.
Mm.
And I thought that was a little weird. Like Adam and Eve started 2,000 years ago, and basically, time frame from when the Bible, parts of the Bible, whatever Bible they got, I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I mean, there's people that would just be like, whenever I'd be like, there is a little bit something here, a little bit something there, a little bit something this and this and that.
Mm.
Be like, not everything equals up to what you're saying. It's like
Yeah.
there is contradictions. I mean, no matter what, you're getting it from people. You're not getting it from perfect beings like Jesus or Yeshua, Yahusha. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting the perfect being. You're getting people saying it. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some sort of weird things that happen in between time where you're gonna have kings, queens, this and that. A lot of changing of verses just in certain countries for one, and then it's like other countries will keep it more the originals, and it's like, but you got to think about like how many changing over thousands of years can happen. Like thousands of years. We're looking at just like our own lifetimes and look at how many things changed in this world. And like we're gonna like say thousands of years couldn't happen in the Bible. That's a lot of things that can happen in that Bible. a lot of wars, a lot of things, and a lot of stuff. I'm just saying, like, I would like to know, like, they say Ethiopia had the original Bible. I would like to see the original Bible, man. And Smithsonian can stop hogging everything.
Right? These like religion, like we gotta be honest. Like religion has
Is
been
within you,
used.
really, too, right?
Go
It's
ahead.
like within us. It's like really, it's what it is within us.
Yeah, like
Like
they've been
the
trying.
not the religion, the actual what the religion talks about is within us. You know, like all
Yeah,
those little things that they talk about. You know, there's a lot of it that's within many of us right now today. I mean, they always talk about another time of things. Everybody does. Everybody thinks it's in the second coming, coming where? What? No. I mean, they're trying to bring into an existence like their own version of it. And I'm talking about like these dark people,
uh
these people that have been doing this shit for so many time now. They're billionaires and shit. They have everything at their disposal to stop everything that we're doing as real ones because they have the money. And what does that mean? They can hide in secret and torture us through satellites. Billions and trillions of dollars can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they already knew we were coming. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there, but
they use everything as tools. Like everything is just a tool to them. It's a tool to do whatever they will. Like religion has been used as a tool. Like it was not meant to be used to control people, corral people. You know, it was meant for something higher than that.
yeah. And then it kind of got taken over a little bit because of whose world was it? It was Satan's world.
Exactly. Look at the Catholic Church. Like go no further. Look at the Catholic Church. You can see all you want to see. Even other
Satan's world,
denominations as well.
basically over and all of this time has been happening.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here and we're just watching it happen. But obviously, I believe in a higher. What I'm saying, like we already know that it ain't gonna last that long. Like Satan can't make this happen forever. I believe that there's too many of us, and basically just us getting out there and exposing things will cause the whole chain reaction of events for Satan's downfall, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it has to come to an end at some point.
It has to.
You just
It has to. And it's like kind of like in a sense like sometimes you know it, but you can't say it. You know what I'm saying? But you know it inside. You just know it.
yeah,
That's right.
like it is looking like there's a it's coming to a time where we have to have a if not a reset, like the flood, like a fucking end.
Yeah,
It's
and
either
then
going to be
at least an
a
end
reset.
of something that you know. I just feel like the devil is having a hard time. To me, in my opinion, like because why would he be trying so hard? Unless it was a hard time to be had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a hard time. And the devil just don't understand that how dedicated it is, and that we're not giving up, and they don't he don't got us and all this other stuff. Like there's so many stories I could talk about. Like whenever I felt like at my lowest point, I was at a bonfire and I was just drinking alcohol. Stories I have for days, I guess I could say, but but anyway, so yeah, yeah, is that right? Tell me more, cousin. Come on, man, do it. Go, cousin. You say, oh man, I guess I could try this for a second. Where you at? Oh no, I can't do that.
In my opinion, I I don't think the devil is having a hard time. I think he's enjoying like all the chaos and because he knows he's going down, but he's gonna try to take as many of us with him. Like, it's like a suicide bomber. Like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna take out as much people as we can. I think that's how it operates. I don't want to go like that. Oh,
Same.
yeah, like his job is to sow chaos. That is his job. Like his job is not to like take over the world. Or, it's to do as much damage as he possibly could before the before the end comes, before his time comes. Yeah, it was defeated.
Oh, Kyler, say something, man. Kyler. Ah, look at you. Oh yeah. Huh. I'm tired. He loves us. You want to play? Yeah. What is
See you.
it? Hmm. What is it?
Look, you're even right there.
Well, this is a perfect ending to this
Anyway,
video.
I thought I'd get throwback on there. I'm off that.
Look, Tyler, on TV.
Is
Uh-oh.
is that some Mylar in the back?
Yeah, I've had that there since. That's
Oh
the only
yeah,
reason why he probably can't exist in this food.
kind of helps a little bit.
That's some type of shielding or something.
Yeah.
Mm. I agree with the shielding. I agree with the shielding as well.
Yeah, I'm about to tear it down though because I don't feel it's working.
Mm.
I don't like to have it worry about him trying to tear it down for me. So, because I already know he's going to. He's my child. I can't stop him.
I want the
Yeah. Everyone's doing it. Family's blessing, boy. Family's a blessing in this time.
I'm gonna call this live a wrap.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I agree with that as well. 10 minutes to 2 minutes.
Wait, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if my purse had to listen and I'd be like, hey, look what I got. You guys gonna continue doing this to me? You know what I'm saying? You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. I have to fucking, do this. And you guys are gonna sit here and torture me and my fucking family, make everything hard for me. I had 7 flat tires in less than a year one time. This kid's beautiful, and I love him. So I hope they all listen. Because I know that some of my perps do. Sometimes you'll have a jumping spikes whenever I come on, man. But I already know who these motherfuckers are. I mean, they follow me every day I go. But anyway. But I just don't want to talk about it too much. 1, 2, 3. It gives me a smile every day. That's all I need. That's all I need. I love them with all my heart. And I'll never, ever hurt myself and kill myself. So just that's on record, at least, I hope. Just in case they try that.
That reminds me.
What? They don't get off my lawn. He's like looking
Yo,
back at me. He's like, should I do it? No, because Dad always says, no, don't pull it off. But he keeps doing it every day anyway, so he gets part of it. He's got rips
children.
off
One of them is
pieces. It's like, Dad, you got me. Yep, see, there he goes again. So, I mean, basically, I have to tear this shit down anyway. So, yeah, it's funny you brought that up. I was actually about to bring it back down because I have to. The kid part happens. Anyway, yeah, if they're listening, it's fine. Probably not. Maybe they have little tiny attention spans or something like that. Just so you know that I have a child, and you guys should not be messing with me, especially maybe another one on the way, and whatever. I think the government really, really take a big ass look at themselves. Be like, is it worth it? Why are you doing this? Why? Is it really worth it for you guys to really harm families like this? I don't know. That's a questionable thing, I would think. you trying to, you gonna beat up Dad now? Let's do it. He's like, yeah, yeah. I want that screen, Dad. You see that screen right there? Yeah. Psh, psh. I love you. Yeah, yeah, big boy. Anyway, I'll let you guys continue with that. I'll, if you want, I'll like take off the mic real quick if you want. That way, you guys can end the conversation, whatever you need to do. But yeah, I love my son, man. I just want them to everybody to know it that I don't give up. I don't ever give up. I hope everybody knows that at least before anything ever happens to anybody else. I just want them to know, just in case everybody thought that I was like strong as steel, whatever. I I also have weaknesses. I also feel it every single day of my life, and I still get on here sometimes and try to talk as much as I can. But it's not easy for me. Just if anybody ever wants to ever talk and realizes that it's not easy to talk to everyone. It's not. You just have to do it, and then once you get it, you get your story out there, and I think it's more of a plus than a minus for everyone. Anybody that can tell legit stories and say what it really is a great thing for everyone in the TI community, the real TIs. And we obviously know that some of us come with extra baggage. When we come into a area, we're gonna have automatic views. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of those people that have government look at every fucking thing I do. So, I don't really get the luxuries of having an easy life. Everything's a struggle, except for my son. And God, he just makes my life small. Hmm. See, that's what makes all the difference in the world for me. So I traded that off to have this. It's so much better for me to just have a beautiful son. It matters the world to me. Anyway, I'll let you guys. I'm gonna turn the mic off for a second. You guys continue talking. I might chime back in.
Yeah, do you think?
All right, people. I'm gonna end this live. Getting tired. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for your live stream. It was good.